So let's remind everyone about the word of the day. Remember, when you see us drink, look for the word of the day, drink along with us, and count how many times we miss it, because what?
If you find how many times we miss it and you let us know about it, we will drink in your honor those times we missed.
Post it in a comment section on YouTube or Facebook, and you might just be featured on your Drunken Uncle.
Last time he drank 13 times. 13 times.
Sloan, I think it's time for Say Uncle.
I say, Uncle, it's time to take on the world. Say, Uncle, Tulsa establishments. Who'll be charging me and my good friend here, Grant, $7-8 a pint for a Guinness. Fuck ya. Piss off, will ya? $7 or $8 a pint. And now you gotta ask yourself, right? In Tulsa, Oklahoma, where there's no money, the oil's gone, everybody's struggling, and you're charging $7-8 a pint. What do you think you are, Manhattan? You think you belong in Manhattan? Hey, I've got advice for you, all right? Here's my advice, ass. Go to Manhattan. It's $5 for a pint there, you schmuck, you maroon. It's right here. I got your pint of Guinness right here.
I got it there too. I mean, oh my God. If when people in Ireland, you know, hear that it's $7 to $8, which is what, €6.50? I think the most we paid for a Guinness in Ireland was maybe €6 top, and I think I'm exaggerating, Sloan. Am I not?
Yeah. Look, it all comes down to who, and we all know who you are. Actually, look at we're big time spenders when it comes to alcohol. We drive piece of shit cars, but hey, when it comes to alcohol, we're out there. And you know, I mean, seriously, I can't drink 3 pints of Guinness and walk out after tip and literally spend $35 or almost $30. There are still pubs out there, and our favorite pub, the Sound Pony, which gets a thumbs up in our books every day of the week, who doesn't come around raping you for the goddamn pennies for your Guinness.
Pick in your pocket when you just want a little of the black stuff.
Oh, jeez, just pick in your pocket. It's a crime, it is. And all I'm saying is this. If they can do $5 a pint, you can do $5 a pint. Say, Uncle establishments from Tulsa that charge too much for your beer.
Say Uncle, North Carolina. You used to be one of my favorite states, but I can't be loving you anymore after the laws you've been passing. The bathroom bill, trying to keep transsexuals out of the bathroom, not allowing people to go to the bathroom with the gender they identify. The voters' rights bill that a federal court said was surgically targeted towards African Americans.
Yeah, that's just...
And then this latest travesty, North Carolina passing a bill that will make illegal police departments releasing body cam and dash cam footage from police officers. North Carolina has become one of the most, backwards reactionary states.
I'm jumping in. All right,
I'll tell you why. I have a theory.
Happy?
I have a theory as to why. I think because North Carolina really has become, in this election cycle, the biggest battleground state, that it's the most purple of all states. It's changed from being a backwards ass Southern Republican state.
That's right.
A lot of immigrants have moved in
All
because
these,
of the industry there.
Right.
And now suddenly there are brown people,
and liberal white people,
right,
and people who just want to be moderate, who are not of liberal or conservative persuasion, but just want decent roads and the government to stay out of their lives. And they've moved in because the banking industry moved into North Carolina.
Right. That is.
And so this huge movement has happened, and North Carolina is the battleground, if you will, the front lines of this dying Trumpism world, saying we are holding up, we're going to hold up, because change can't happen, and change is happening, and North Carolina can't handle it. I mean, this is Jim Crow, brother. I mean, that's crazy.
As my brother would say, because he got a master's in history and studied this stuff, he said Jim Crow Esquire. Like the sort of updated Jim Crow since the Civil Rights movement. That is these sort of
Jim Crow
these updated
Esquire.
Segregationist policies trying to exclude people of color from various aspects.
Right.
And also anyone who's different. Anyone who's not a white Anglo-Saxon Christian from public life. And Carolina, you know, your time is coming to the battleground. So say Uncle North Carolina.
Cheers. All right. Say Uncle Grant's beard. Every time I come over here, something goes missing. Last night, I was here last night and I brought the Jameson over and the Jameson went missing and I swear to God, I saw a random strand of hair come down and grab that Jameson and suck it up there. And I'm telling you, I'm tired of it. I've lost money. I've lost all kinds of things. And I know in this, holy shit, there's Waldo. I found Waldo in fucking Grant's beard. I'm telling you, stop stealing my shit. This thing is almost like a,
it's Waldo that whispers to him to wear that hat every day.
you know, it's seriously, it's almost like South Park. The beard has a life of its own and it's like attached to his face. I have to carry my laptop and keep it away from the beard, so say Uncle Grant's beard and stop stealing my shit.
Say Uncle white people who still think police brutality doesn't happen.
Say Uncle, or Jinx. Fuck, I have that as one of mine. Wait, who drinks? You drink.
Okay, I'm happy
Right,
to drink.
follow the rules. He has to drink, then he gets to keep it.
I don't know what else is going to convince my white brothers and sisters that police brutality is a thing, that black people experience it in a disproportionate amount. And here's the thing, it's so much better now than it was 25 years ago, 50 years ago, 75 years ago, 100 years ago, 150 years ago. I mean, when the Civil War ended, what all white people had was institutional racism and brutality against blacks, from Jim Crow to lynching, and police brutality has been a part of that since the Civil War and maybe even before. And now the difference is everyone has a camera in their pocket, and police can't get away with it anymore.
Let me jump in here. We all know we've had a travesty and a tragedy here in Tulsa, and with Terrence Cruncher and his poor family, and the three of us went to the Vigil for Justice, and this was going to be my say uncle, which was the one pastor or preacher, I don't know what to call him because I'm not religious, but he said, you know, it's not a couple bad apples. I love this metaphor, right? It's not a couple bad apples. It's a poison. It's a poison that's in the apples because you can't see it, right? Bad apples you can see and you know not to eat, but it's a poison in the apples, meaning it's systemic. It is an issue with policing.
Preach.
And, right?
Preach.
Yeah, and so what needs to happen is changing our policing countrywide, not just statewide, countrywide. This has to happen. This is a weird kind of racist mentality that is subverted and weird. It's in the policing procedure that needs to be worked on through teaching and education and honest conversation, and it needs to be fixed.
Because if you don't think that white people get away with more sort of stuff, if you're one of those who say, well, if you just complied with police commands, you wouldn't have gotten shot. There, for every instance of a black person who's been shot because they didn't comply with police orders, there's a white person who didn't get shot because they didn't comply with police orders. The examples are all over the place.
Justice.
That's right.
Liberty and justice for all.
Yeah.
My comfort is not more important than that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. And then we're not going to make a change in the world unless we feel uncomfortable and say, why do I feel uncomfortable? Oh, I am implicit.
So part of my say
complicit.
uncle against white people who don't believe that police brutality exists is to say uncle to my local representatives, say uncle to my mayor, say uncle to my police chief, that to keep vigilant and to keep on them, that what are you doing to improve police and community relations? What are you doing to improve police training? What are you doing to reduce the amount of violence that's happening between police and suspects?
I think the greatest awareness of Terrence's tragedy is the actually helicopter's voice, where he said he looks like a bad dude. So that Terrence had no chance. because he was labeled a very bad dude from the very beginning. And
people don't
that's
understand
perception.
what's wrong with that. And
That's
that
perception.
is why we need implicit bias training.
Right.
Because people don't even know that the fact that he said looks like a bad dude is wrong. Something's wrong with that. Because there's nothing except his size and color
Yes.
that make that so.
Why wasn't the officer's first reaction is, this guy seems like he's in trouble. How can I help him?
Exactly.
Not complying with police orders is not a license to kill. I mean, that's why we have the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That's why we have the Fourth Amendment. You just, just because somebody doesn't follow orders doesn't mean they deserve to be shot. So, say uncle.
Where do
I'm
we
coming
go?
back to this. This one.
Hit me with your best shot.
Say uncle yet again ticks. I'm not shitting you. This is I'm like plague. Listen to this. Listen to this. On my biggest day, when I was presenting in front of over 300 faculty members, a presentation and a speech, I pulled a tick off one of my testicles that morning. And I had to go in front of all these people. And if you've had a tick bite, you know how itchy those tick bites are.
Will it never end?
So I'm standing behind the podium and I'm doing this. But I'm like it's total salsa, like it's total salsa. So it's all in the hip. So I'm like down below the podium doing this, but up here I'm like, so we have issues to deal with. We have health benefits, and down below I'm doing this. I'm doing the salsa. I'm doing the tango. I mean, I can't fucking believe it. Like ticks, why do they find me, Grant? I don't even understand. And I'm paranoid. You know I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
Like I feel a breeze on the. We go riding in Turkey Mountain, and I feel a breeze on the hairs of my legs. So I'm like, stop! And he stops his mountain. We're mountain biking. We're riding hard. He's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'm like, stop! And I'm checking for ticks. And Grant's like, oh Jesus.
And the thing is, he lathers himself with like
industrial DEET. I'm like, there's a bucket of DEET on Turkey Mountain that I go swim in, and then I go ride. Sorry.
And yet, they still find him.
And yet they
I
find
can't believe it. I mean, and it really hasn't been a bad tick season. It has not been a bad tick season.
Fucking been a horrible tick season for me, not for you. You haven't been bitten once, have you?
No.
Jesus.
But yet Sloan has
always
tick. He
infested.
has a tick on his dick.
Huh?
I mean, say uncle guys on Tinder. I used to think that having a bunch of numbskulls as my competition on Tinder was a good thing. You know, the fact that I can, write a complete sentence in English, properly punctuated and capitalized, was an advantage. And so I welcomed dumbasses
This is so funny.
who sent dick pics and stuff like that.
Because you were winning.
I'm winning! But I have a friend who got like a video from a guy on Tinder masturbating.
But you're still winning, dude.
No. This is why I'm not winning. Because now, these dudes are just dragging all of us down as men.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, if you're willing to send a woman a video of you jacking off,
Right.
we're all done. You've crossed a line.
I don't understand how that's sex.
Drink.
I was already drinking.
Yeah, how is that
I've gotten to this point. I've gotten to this point where I'm just drinking.
How is
I mean,
that sexy?
But I mean, like guys, look.
Don't!
Larry, take your penis out of here.
Larry, keep it in your pocket.
Jesus, Larry, that thing always flies out. It's the first time we saw it on camera.
I know, we always see
Kind
it.
of small, Larry.
Probably looked really big from that perspective.
Well, it probably looks huge in the camera. Like Larry's inbox is gonna flood now.
That's the thing about having a phone and sending videos or pictures to girls is that you can use the camera to make things look out of proportion.
Can you imagine, like all this, all the lights and everything going in? Like, I'm now going on Tinder.
I know.
That just takes too much energy. Say uncle to people who are flooding my news feed on Facebook with Branjolie bullshit. I'm serious. I cannot believe this is a thing. I don't even know where to go with this, man. Like, I don't give a fuck. Let me ask everybody here, and there's the three of us, and then there's people out in the audience. How many of you have not been divorced? I want one hand in the audience who has not been divorced. There are no hands in the audience. So people fucking get divorced. And the reason I'm bringing this up is fucking Syria and Terrence Crutcher and North Carolina and all the bullshit out in the world that's happening right now. Focus on real issues. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Say uncle.
Say Uncle NFL.
Yes.
I am one of the biggest NFL fans. I have been watching football since I was 7 years old. Okay? But I'm about to turn it off. And here's the reason why.
You never will. Let me hear it.
Here's the reason why, Sloan Davis.
Yes, let me hear it.
Because this league has gotten too technical with
the rules.
Yes.
There's too many rules. Too many rules.
Too many rules.
I already drank, brother.
When a league cannot decide what a catch is, you know, a lot of people say the rules are there to protect players and their safety, and I'm very sympathetic to that. But to some point, we have to recognize that it is a violent sport, and people choose to play it, and they're taking a risk.
I mean, Jesus, it's become this like splitting hairs bullshit, and I'm exhausted by it.
We just want our sport back. I mean, we just want it to kind of be like a sport rather than this huge thing.
Yeah, it's too complicated.
Too many rules. Now, I could go off on the whole, you know, social aspect of it, but we'll save that for another time.
Right.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more. Will we play